Yo, you Pimpy is being a gangster in the chat right now. Relax, homie. Relax. Yeah, chill out. Welcome to another episode of the Live with Purpose live streams. I'm your host, Ron Kwok, Mr. Saitama himself. How y'all doing? You Pimpy says he's not live yet. He's late. I'm out of here. It's gonna be another pre-recorded stream. Get out. Get out! We don't want you here. Branch McCracken, Twig Squid is first. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. We're talking fitness tonight, so it's good that you're here. Gear related. Cole said, "Let's go." What's up, Cole? How you doing, man? Great live earlier. Was that earlier today or was that yesterday? But no, I think it was today. Yeah. I've been editing all day, so my wires are crossed. But it's good to see you, man. You put some new scales under your Para 3. Did you figure out the PM2? This is gonna be sick. Rikki says it's his fault. Yeah, it is his fault. Speaking of Rikki, we got a special guest today, Captain Rikki himself. If you didn't know it already, we're doing a fitness challenge for I would say the next month. There's about a month left, 5 weeks. It's called the Purpose Fit Challenge, where we are just, trying to reach our goals, health related, fitness related, nutrition, whatever that may be, because everybody's on a different, fitness journey, health journey. So whatever that may be, you set a goal at the beginning and we go in through week 1, 2, 3 onwards until we're going to end it at Blade Show West. That's going to be the big finale. And so it's funny because Rikki and I are the two people that figured it out, wanted to do it together. So he's going to be a guest here, so we'll put him on real shortly. We had to figure out some AV issues. We still might have AV issues because, if you know anything about this channel, we love logistical AV issues. Hi, Ty EDC. Brandon says, sup. What's up, man? What's up, fam? Says Crispy Donut Community. What's up, man? Good to see you guys. Sawyer Alexander, what up? Alan says, aloha, Ron. What's up, Alan? What's up, Alan? You Pimpy says, I'm poking. We love you, man. It's all love. Pocket Phil says, saw woo. What's up, man? Trevor says, saw woo, man. Oh, you guys are in the chat. All the regulars. Chris Valadez, House of Blades. What's up, guys? He says, what's up? Anthony says, hey, Ron. Hey, Quackers. How are y'all? The Pixel Pappy himself. What's up, man? My Pixel's doing just fine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for asking. Fistness counter, says Rikki. I did say fistness twice already. I think you got me on edge. That's why I'm trying to talk fast and I'm just stumbling over them words like reps. can't not. Alpha Prime EDC says first, not. Yeah, man, you've been slacking a little bit. You're not as close to first as you usually are. So we gotta pick that up. Branches, can we plan a meetup at Blade, Texas or at House of Blades? That would be sick. I do want to make it out to the House of Blades shop again. They have a dope cabin, 2 stories, and it's all knives. You know what I mean? So many knives. Brad says, Ron, looking clean, bro. Thank you, man. Got a clean white tee on. I just changed. It would have been a lot scrappier, earlier, but Chris says a meetup for Blade, Texas would be awesome. It definitely would. I think we have to make it happen. 2024, let's do it. But anyway, we got a special guest. All right, I gotta calm down. I'm hyped right now. I'm hyped because our guest speaker is none other than Mr. Rikki. Fistness counter. Are you ready to keep track of your fistness goals?
Fistness counter. Fistness grass
I'm trying, bro.
You're hyped up
really
on pre-workout right now.
I'm hyped. I did drink an energy drink earlier, and it's that peach flavor. It's really good, and I would think that my caffeine isn't, it doesn't affect me all that much, but now that I'm getting older, I think it definitely does.
Yeah, it's a late night. I mean, anything caffeine-wise past 5 p.m., it's a hard pass for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's too much. Then I'm wired.
You're jittery.
Yeah, no.
Taylor Martin says, Rikki wishes he could keep up with my lifts and pickled egg consumption. Does that go hand in hand?
Yeah. It's a pre-workout ritual, actually. We consume roughly 4 to 5 pickled eggs, and then we just see our lifts skyrocket by 5 to 10 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, what are those... You know how you see those bodybuilders sniff the thing? And right before heavy lifts? So do y'all just pop a pickled leg?
We actually just sip the vinegar as we go through.
That sounds freaking terrible. All right, well, you guys in the chat, we have Rikki here, so even if you're participating in the Purpose Fit Challenge or not, any questions you have for us, fitness related, health related, nutrition, reaching your goals, whatever that may be, feel free to throw it in the chat. We'll field all those questions in a little bit. Keep in mind that we are not fitness or health professionals, even though Mr. Rikki here is an IFBB pro, right?
Yeah, no, I wish I never made it that far, dude.
For sure. Well, he's competed, which is awesome. We can get into that in a little bit. But so we're not, health professionals or anything like that. So anything you hear, definitely I gotta say, run it by your doctor. Make sure you don't have anything going on, health-wise that if you attempt, you might get a little less healthy. So definitely talk to a professional. But we're here to answer your questions if need be. But Taylor Martin says so much echo, Rikki. Should have bought a mic. I told you. From the very
I think if he was a better creator, he would have had this room soundproofed, and he should have had a mic. So the reality is, it's actually Taylor's fault. So
you are at Taylor's house, right?
Any good creator that you sleep at their guest room should have soundproof rooms, a microphone, headphones, and he's extremely unprepared and unprofessional. So I apologize.
Yikes. What a terrible boss.
Yeah, seriously.
The first chance you get to quit, I know you're out of there. I know.
Yeah, dude. I might go edit for Everyday Minimalist. Who knows?
Yeah, I could use an editor. You want to shoot your skills my way? I would happily treat you to a well sound treated room. Refreshments over there in the corner should you need a break.
Yeah, there's only the requirement of pickled eggs. That's the only thing I have.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Taylor for the recipe, but because I know he pickles his own eggs, right? At this point, he has to have
we actually
a chamber
have a
in the
pickled
back.
egg farm. Yeah,
farm.
Farm in the back. So
yeah, it goes chicken and then eggs and then a vat of vinegar.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, so I know you're participating in the Purpose Fit Challenge, and I know you have some goals. What are your goals for this 8-week spread?
Dude, I want to get back to where I was, right at the cusp of, the world shutting down, right? Before, so fun fact, before everything started, before the pandemic started, I was prepping for a show. And it was, my first show back after 2 years of taking off, and I called my coach and I was like, you know what, man, let's kick it back up. I want to win a pro card, right? So let's do it. And then 4 months later, the pandemic happened, and I was working out in my garage, setting up 2 trash bins as a squat rack and a bench press.
Wow, that's legit.
And just getting it done.
Damn.
But then everything happened, and I never got to compete again, unfortunately. But yeah, so I would hope to come back to what I used to be before.
Did the man just hand you the jar? Did he walk by and hand you the jar? Let's go. How are you there and in the chat at the same time? I don't understand. How are you doing this?
Yeah, he just. This is what he. I honestly just sleep with this right here.
It looks like he's about to tuck you into bed with pickled eggs.
Yeah, normally he does. Normally he tucks me in. Yeah.
Nice. Get back to editing, Rikki.
Yeah. Now he's over here fucking fondling my stuff now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
this is gonna turn into a very raunchy live stream pretty soon if I let this keep going. So we gotta let's stay on topic. Taylor, if you want your go at being a guest here, you can just get in line. Okay. Don't squash Rikki's moment. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Anyways, yes, at the pandemic.
For sure. So if you want to get back to those levels, would you consider competing again, or you just want to get to that physique?
No, I'd probably get to that physique. I don't think I can. Competing is takes so much mental stability and time and all that. To compete with the schedule I have now, with everything coming up too, it'd be so much harder. When you're competing, it's laser focus on everything. Every calorie counts. You're not missing any sessions. There is no, oh man, I have to edit these videos.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it today. I'll get back on the horse tomorrow.
Yeah, it's you have to go. So after the pandemic happened, I tried my best, and then I just had a heart-to-heart with my coach, and we were just we don't even know when shows are going to come back. You know, like it could be a whole year before you could step on stage, and to prep and stay that lean for a whole year is just painful. So
Jeez.
I just decided, you know what, I'll step back, and I kept working out and doing my thing, but then things things stepped up with work, and that took off, and that's where my fitness like declined, right? Because I was like traveling for videography, and then editing took over, and all of that fun stuff, which is cool. Like I don't regret it by any means. But as a creator, like, you know damn well, like sometimes there's like priorities, right? Like here's my paycheck because I have to film and edit. Here's the gym, and like sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't balance out.
It sucks that it's like inversely related, right? It's like as you get more opportunities and stuff, it's like, okay, well, the better I get financially and opportunities rise, the shittier I feel, and the worse your health is. So like, how do you manage that? Because you want, you have various goals, right? Some of which are financial, others are more personal, more mental. You want to develop a healthier body so that you can go, the full distance and not run into any complications down the line. So how do you kind of navigate that with your schedule?
Dude, so the reason that this fitness challenge is so important is because for a while I just didn't, right? Like for me, I was traveling to Boca to film. The funny thing is I was doing all of this traveling and working, filming fitness people, right? So like for a while it was interesting because I was working out I was working for Scott Herman, and he had a garage gym like fully decked out. So like we would film, work out, like that was a routine. Once I started filming for like Kai Green and some of those other big names, I had to travel to Boca. And I mean, you're filming for Kai Green, and it's like you're filming him for 3 hours, 3 times a week. Like I was in the gym from 9 a.m., then we'd come back at like 2 in the afternoon, then we'd come back again at like 11 o'clock at night. So like there was just no time. So now I've gone back to a place where I'm freelancing and working with someone who also likes to work out. Like that's one of them. Right? Like someone else shares that passion, then you find more of a balance because you prioritize, all right, cool, we can go work out and get work done right after. For a while, it's just tough, man. Like it was a tough balancing act, and unfortunately fitness was the thing that had to take a hit at the moment. But and like things that you understand too, like how'd you find balance? What was your?
I'm still trying to find balance, man.
Right.
Like I think like the reason why I started the Purpose Fit Challenge was to kind of put myself out there, because I knew that if I just told myself, oh, I'll get it together, whatever. There's no accountability, and so I can easily just kick it down the road and be fine. No one's watching. No one's gonna be like, hey man, what are you doing? So with the Purpose Fit Challenge, it's one part for you guys, everyone watching, and everyone just kind of like getting in on their goals together. But at the same time, it was also for me, because like now all of you guys know what I'm doing, and for me to share, on Discord daily, like what I'm up to, what my rest days are. Oh, I'm slacking. I'm struggling with mobility and stretching, even though I know it's a good thing for me. That's one of the things I'm trying to improve in this 8-week span. Telling you guys all that. You guys, I have the support of you guys, like, because everyone's going for their goals and everything that they're doing this week, or this spread of 8 weeks. But also, it's more accountability for me, because I can say, okay, like, people are watching. If I slack, I need to get it together. And it really tells you, like, okay, are you really messing around, or do you really not have time? And most of the time, it's the former,
Right. That's what I appreciate. It's been great doing this thing in a way side by side with Taylor, because although he has different goals, like he's more on like the bulk right now and like gaining strength, and he's crushing in that aspect. And in my side, like we can come into it and say, and I can say like, yeah, man, I'm trying to keep it clean, and if we do go out, we keep it. Today we went to hibachi and just had like steak, chicken, and rice, and cooked another meal today, and it was mostly just chicken and rice. So it's cool having that accountability. Because him and I go back and forth, and like it's not always perfect, just because again, timing of everything. Having that accountability like helps someone like kind of kick your ass if you like mess up, right? Like someone to like give you that look, like, you know what I mean?
Better.
Right.
Like, so from a place of no judgment either. It's not like, oh, like, what are you doing? Like, you're not setting a good example. It's more like, we are close. I know you can do better, and I'm supporting you in that endeavor because I know it's important to you. It's not like what the F are you doing? Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, too. Like, for me, I considered myself a bodybuilder when I was, like, playing football in high school, right? Like, I would tell everybody, yeah, I'm a bodybuilder. But it wasn't until I hired a coach and like stepped on stage for the very first time that I was like, all right, now I'm a bodybuilder. Like now I get it. Like now I've gone through the process. And like I tell people all the time, like you can go into the gym is awesome. Like that's the first step, which is great. I was like, but if you're planning on like learning as much as you can and like setting up a good foundation, like hire a personal trainer. That's like huge, you know. And you and I, we talk about like trying to figure it out online, and like there's tons of valuable resources online, but there's also just a ton of opinions. Yep. And you just unfortunately can't build something reliable off of that.
Yeah. Yeah. For everyone like kind of listening to this, I would recommend you, if you can financially, just try personal training once.
Yeah.
Like 1 month. Because like I did it one time. It was when, you know, I was using a box gym. It was 24-hour fitness. And, you know, I had a surplus of finances that month. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to try it. You know, my goals at that time were to gain. And so I was sitting at like 150. And my goal was like 165. And so I told that to my personal trainer. And she put me through the ringer, bro. You know, like all the YouTube videos say, oh, you know, you want to work till you're 1 or 2 reps from failure, you know, and then stop and then come back, take a rest and come back. And so I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, yeah, you know, I'll do it till 1 to 2 reps till failure. And then I did that with her, and she was like, what are you doing? Keep going.
I didn't say stop.
Yeah, I didn't say stop, go. And then so I was like, what? Keep going. And so I think like that particular exercise, I eked out like 4 more reps. And then she started helping me, and then I got 3 more with her help. And so it really showed to me loud and clear that like my perception of my limits was inaccurate. Yeah. So if you
also helps you learn more too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because no YouTube video can tell you how it feels to go your max.
Yeah.
Because everyone's max
like
is different.
That's how I ended up hurting myself the very first time. Like the first time I'm trying to learn how to squat heavier weight. I like screwed my back up. Like I had to go get therapy done and acupuncture. Like it was bad. Like I couldn't even bend forward.
Yeah.
And that was like one of those moments where I actually had a personal trainer. This is back to why you should get a personal trainer and things to look out for. I had a personal trainer that was like, yeah, man, I'll prep you for a bodybuilding competition. I later found out he used to train wrestlers in like high school and knew jack shit about training bodybuilders. So this whole time I was like gaining weight, and I'm just like, yeah, man, like this is awesome. But I wasn't getting stronger, and I'm like, man, I feel heavier, but like my lifts are not going up. Like I'm not benching or squatting anymore. So if you are going to get a personal trainer, like do your research. Like try and find people that are like highly vouched for in the fitness, because that's important too. Like you want somebody to push you. But for example, for me, I've had a personal trainer like in another town or another state. So it's not like I go to a personal trainer to teach me. I had to learn. But he taught me all the foundational stuff when it came to nutrition and dieting. So do your research. Like if you're gonna get a personal trainer, and just get someone that actually cares, right? Like that trainer sounds like she cares. If she saw that you had more in you and was able to like push you there and help you out, like that's someone who's genuinely wants to see you succeed, right? And that's so important in this whole thing too.
That's wild. I mean, like you said, you need to find the right people. And you know, I feel like that's what I was trying to shoot for with this community, and trying to get people to like volunteer to do the challenge. Because if you're not really, like if someone forces you to do it, sure, you'll do it for a period of time, but if you're not really in it, you'll fall off. And so I posted in the chat, I was like, okay, it's week 3, infatuation phase is over. And that's because all the people that hypothetically were to sign up just out of pressure, or I'll give it a shot, by week 3 they're done, you know what I mean? Or they're gonna fall off, they're gonna just go back to what they were doing before. But whoever is left though, whoever is active in the chat, who's talking, saying, oh, my struggles are this, my wins were this today, then you can kind of really see where their head is at, and it really helps.
And that's that motivation you need sometimes too. Like there's that one quote that's like, motivation comes and goes, but discipline lasts forever, or something like that. And like that's what you build up in 3 weeks. Like you're not going to see crazy results in 3 weeks, but you're going to build up discipline. And that's where I fell off. Like for me, my discipline took the biggest hit, because my discipline, and people would joke about it because I was hardcore. They were like, if Rikki's not at the gym, then he must be dying. He must be sick. Like that was like back when I worked at retail, because people knew like whether I had to go at 5 in the morning or at 1 a.m. after work, like I was always in there.
Yeah.
So you build that discipline by having a good community around you. That's why that chat is great. And I'm not in there all that often as I should be.
Yeah.
But I jump in, you know, hitting chest, hitting legs, hitting whatever, just show support
and
show
just
love.
showing up. Like that helps
Yeah,
a lot.
exactly.
You know. I mean, you and I, we have like a public persona in a sense, but you know, other members of the community, maybe they're more introverted, or this is their first chance to really kind of put themselves out there and pursue a goal that that may not have kind of considered to pursue until this moment in time. So having us speak out like that and really using the platform to do some good and really just spread positive energy around, I feel like that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest. And thank you for that. I appreciate you reading that, man.
No, absolutely. And likewise, dude, because otherwise, I mean, it would have been a vicious cycle, right? Like, I would make it into the gym 1 week, I'd feel great, and then work would pick up, and then I'd miss that week, and then I'd go back, and like, it was just like the past 3 weeks have been like the most consistent I've stepped in the gym, and it feels good. Like, even when we're here working out with Taylor, like, I'm hitting weights that I haven't hit in like 3 years or so, right? So like, it feels good, and like, that's exciting. And by the end of it, the motivation and drive to like show up at a Blade show and like feel good and like be able to like enjoy that moment of like, we did it, like,
revel in it, bro.
Yeah, right. Like, we can go out to eat and treat ourselves and have a good time and just have like a core group of people that like put in the work. Like, that's gonna be like the biggest satisfaction.
Yep. For sure.
But I wanted to ask you how you're doing with your goals, because I don't remember. I think you might have shared them not last live stream, but the one before. Like, how are you feeling with your progress so far? Like, physically, you see a lot of changes.
Yeah, physically, I'm feeling pretty good. So my goals for this is body recomposition. Like, I'm not so much concerned about my weight. Like, I'm sitting at like 155 right now, and if you were to ask me to throw out a number, I think my ideal is 160, 165. So, you know, I want to put on a little more muscle, but at the same time, like, the one goal that has always eluded me is, like, how to get rid of the pot belly kind of thing, like the love handles.
Yeah, the
and
lower body.
Yeah, and I've done it once before, and I went about it the wrong way. It was just like, you know, oh, I'll just eat rabbit food and be at a deficit. But I was at, like, an extreme deficit. It was bad. I was eating just veggies, and, like, you know, I think a day I would consume, like, 1,000 calories, 1,200 calories. Yeah, it was bad. I started turning green, and like my mom was like, "What are you doing?" You know, this was in college days, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" And so, you know, I didn't have any energy. I felt weak. You know, I wasn't gaining strength, and yeah, the abs showed, but at what cost, right?
Yeah,
I was wasting away, bro. So that's, like you said, the importance of having that knowledge, whether that's from doing your research and your due diligence or looking for a personal trainer that's invested in you. So then if I had one of those people there, they would have been like, no, you need to eat. You need to you need to achieve your goals in a longer time frame. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? That reminds me when I would prep for these shows, I would go from roughly 185 to 190 pounds down to about 160 on stage. Damn. And I would be ultra lean and ripped.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is more like a men's mentality, right? Like, ripped and shredded and you feel good, but then you ask people around you and they're like, yeah, you don't look good, bro. Like, like, you may have abs, but you don't look good. Like, I remember coworkers would be like, that's like contest prep Rikki. Like, we don't talk to that guy. That guy's like mean, hungry, and like short, but he's mean.
Yeah.
And it's just, nowadays people are like all about dad bods, right? Like, people screw your abs. We want dad bods.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I think I've made a little mindset shift too, just because, you know, I'm not like 20 something, you know what I mean? I'm 34, and you know, my fitness goals back then were like, get as big as a house and get as strong as possible, and you know, at the same time be at 4% body fat, you know? Like, it's like, yeah, I want to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you don't really think about what all goes into that and whether that's realistic with a regular schedule, because that man like lived and breathed fitness, like you said. You know, like, you really have to let it consume you in order to reach those goals.
100%. Like, I was the guy who was obsessed with watching like a day in the life of Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah,
you know, like him eating like 38 pounds of chicken and like lifting 800 pounds. Like, I was like that is gonna be me. I'm gonna be the natural. Like I was like against.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but no steroids.
Yeah, I was like, I'm never gonna do steroids. I'm gonna just blow everyone out of the water naturally.
Yeah.
And dude, and that was my life, and like fitness consumed it. Which like in a way, you know, it also causes problems, right? Because like I would go out with friends. And it would be one of those things where, like, well, where can Rikki go eat? Like,
oh yeah, you were that like vegetarian that had very strict dietary restrictions.
Yeah, like where can Rikki eat? And like if I would go out drinking, what I would do is I would skip a meal. Like I would skip carbs, right, and like save 100 grams of carbs just for alcohol. And I consider it a success if I stepped on the scale the next day and weighed the same. I'd be like, all right, good, I nailed it. So it's like it's a balance, right? Like that, I was too deep into fitness where it was affecting my mental health. Like I felt good and I looked good, but mentally it was always like, well, I can't do taco. I can't be drunk enough to go eat Taco Bell. And if I do eat drunk at Taco Bell, then shit, I'm gonna wake up heavy tomorrow, and I got a contest in like 3 weeks. Like I can't be fucking around. So
that's hard.
It's a slippery slope with fitness too. Like you also don't want to get like too obsessed with it, because then you go down a really different rabbit hole.
Yeah. So moderation is definitely key, right? Like I see in the chat we're talking about like gaining muscle, right? And diet is really where it's at, where you have to really like kind of tailor your diet to fit your goals. And so in that, I found, you know, dietary moderation is pretty key. You know, you don't have to starve yourself of the soda, the sweets, but moderate, right? And of course, put it into a larger like dietary plan. Like if it fits your calories, maybe once a week, twice a week, you can have those things, and then balance it out with a good rest of your diet, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's where I would want to get to as well. Like before, I was way too hung up on macros, and I mean, I got good enough to like gauge it, right? Like I can be like, yeah, that's like probably 40, 50 grams of carbs right there, and like a couple grams of protein and fats, but you start learning like how to gauge it. Like today we went and did our lift, and it felt good, and Taylor and I, we got a pumpkin muffin and like split it in half and ate it, and like it's one of those things where like
you interlocked arms and like fed each other.
Yeah, dude, and I
eat it a little bit.
Yeah, I actually chewed it up and just like right
like mama bird.
Yeah, just mama bird. But anyway, we shared a muffin, and it's like not one of those things where before I was like, no man, like I could never have a pumpkin muffin, like that's gonna ruin my weight. And like now I'm to the point where, you know what, I'm dropping weight, like I'm feeling good, my lips are coming back up, like why not like treat myself to a pickled egg and a pumpkin muffin.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
A pickled egg. Everything has to be a pickled egg, bro. There's no. I feel like Taylor's marred you forever. Like your idea of a perfect meal is a fat ass jar of pickled eggs.
Dude, we've really capitalized on this. I think we're gonna reach out to this brand called Hannah's here.
I was gonna say, what is the deal? Are you guys like ambassadors? Like what?
Yeah. Hannah's, if you're watching this, we just want to let you know that we would love to be sponsored by you guys. Sponsor our trip to Blake Show West.
Oh my god, that's so funny. They're gonna have a booth out there, did you hear?
Oh, dude, I would hope so. I would hope so. That's the goal. We've been joking about it, but we're really gonna do it. Like, if anyone is at Blake Show and they see us, like, you have to have a pickled egg.
Dude, I've never had a pickled egg, dude. I've never had a pickled egg.
It's surprisingly, dude, like, I've never had one either, and now it's like, you kind of crave it sometimes.
Sounds like a man with a problem. That's not normal talk, dude. That's not natural. That's not a natural response.
You're just like, you know what? I kind of like want a pickled egg, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it's an egg, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Protein right there.
Yeah. Can't be that
bad. The purest source of protein.
Yeah, that's for
sure.
I
feel like this chat is like going off the rails right now. What's happening?
Yeah, well, I see that Taylor has some goals. That's pretty cool. I know you're not doing the Purpose Fit Challenge, but he says he has a goal of squatting 400 pounds, deadlifting 500 pounds, and benching 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's close too.
That's a great challenge. Yeah, he posted up some status progress. It's like 385. 405 deadlift and 265 bench. That's dope, man. You're getting close. Are you trying to do it by the end of the year, or like? Or like
so.
whenever you do it.
I remember him saying that he wants to hit 500 by the end of the year, which I think he'll do it. I mean, he's like doing multiple reps with like 405 for 6, for example, and I think he's hit something higher than that if I remember correctly. So he'll hit that easily.
For sure.
He also has a good like Jeff, the guy who trains him, has a pretty good balance of like lifting heavy, but also getting in like higher interval training exercises. So
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the best of both worlds. So that'll be.
No, that's awesome.
That'll
There's that
definitely
balance
be
again, right? That moderation. No,
Yeah.
that's great. I mean, I used to do 5x5, so that's the strong lifts program where you focus on the big three exercises and you like alternate an A/B schedule, and you just try and every time you hit the bench or whatever, you add like 5 more total pounds, and then you do 5 sets of 5. You accomplish that, the next day come back and add another 5 pounds. You keep going. So yeah, it was a good experience. I got pretty high up there, but I'm also 155. There's certain limitations there, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be deadlifting like 500 pounds anytime soon, but
I mean, you could
Yeah.
if that was the goal, but
yeah,
for a lot of people that's not the goal. That's something Taylor and I talked about too. Like our goal, him and I have a similar mentality, and like we don't really necessarily care to have abs, but we care heavily about being the strongest people in the gym. And like that, I can relate to that because after I stopped bodybuilding, I started doing powerlifting. So my goal was always like, I'm gonna be the strongest person in every gym that I go to. Like that's like my goal, right? So like, yeah. So sometimes it just lines up with whatever you're after. Like if it's if you don't want abs, that's fine. You don't have to have abs,
right?
But line up whatever fitness goal you have with what you think, with something that you can accomplish that'll make the whole journey more enjoyable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. And it's not
fitness,
linear, right? It's not just
right.
like, oh, you can bench more than me. Oh, then I must be failing at what I'm doing. Like I'm not doing something right if I can't bench as much as you or better. Like like you said, you have to work towards your goals, right? So if my goal is to kind of chisel everything up and start getting lean and cut, then I'd be watching what I eat more than what I would be doing in the gym. I'd be prioritizing cardio more than just the lifts, right? So
Exactly.
I'd be tailoring my actions to I can't hear it now.
Name, the more he's gonna pop up in the room.
He's just like a floating head in my mind now. Where are those pickled eggs? I gotta get a job.
Yeah. It's like saying that into a mirror and he just like pops up.
Mirror.
I see Bronny in here. Rikki, we would have been so badass together in the gym when I was competing. I believe it, man. Like gym camaraderie is like a thing. Like I'm happy that Taylor is the way that he is in the gym. I feed off of that. Like if I see someone lifting heavy ass weight, I'm like, all right, I wanna go
That's
do
sick.
that. I wanna get in that and kind of compete in a way. So I think that's super important.
That's sick.
Look,
I feel my power increasing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
the more you say it, he's just gonna start showing up in like the reflection of your pocket.
Yeah.
You're gonna flick open a knife and it's just gonna say, "Let's do the damn thing."
Yeah. A little soundbite. Like I'm gonna go for a heavy lift, and I'm just gonna like open up my knife and then like set it down
Let's
in
do
front
the
of
damn
me.
thing.
Taylor, channel your power. No, that's one of the things I miss, honestly. I think like when the pandemic hit, I was going to the gym all up until that point, and then when we were locked down, I decided, hey, I'm gonna get some fitness equipment and just work out at home because I wasn't about to walk into 24 and get COVID.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but I think as a result of that though, I've kind of just like washed my hands of gyms in general, even now. And so now because it's too convenient to like, I can just walk into my garage and lift and be fine, and I don't have to commute to the gym, like I don't have to drive 15 minutes, get set up, fight for machines, and come back. But that's one of the things I miss though, like the camaraderie, like hitting the gym with a friend, or like seeing other people freaking go after their goals. It's motivating to be in this space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't tell you,
That's-
like, there's
it's
more
funny
times
that
when
you-
I'm like, go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was gonna just follow it up with that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that like there's been more than one occasion where like I'll look at my gym and I'll be like, not today, and then I don't.
Yeah. It's tough, dude. So when I was filming for Scott, he had this baller home gym. It was awesome. And usually when we would do that workout, we'd open the garage doors and like blast music and have a good time. But little by little, we realized that it was just like too quiet, even with both of us, just like talking shit and playing good music.
Yeah.
And we started just going back to the gym at one point, just because it was more fun. Like we missed the environment, missed the opportunity to talk to new people and like hang out with other people. So there's definitely like an energy of going to the gym. Like it can be intimidating for sure. But I think I don't know. I think it's also important to go and work out in a gym with other people. Like you kind of learn, see other things too. So it's fun, unless you have a solid group of people that you like work out at a small gym or at home with, then sure. But yeah, it just doesn't beat the feeling of like working out in a gym, you know, and just having like every possible machine like available to you, right? Like any kind of like if you have to substitute exercises, like you have way more options. As where in your garage, like you're a little more limited to what you got.
It's janky sometimes. Like I have like a makeshift like cable machine, and it's like a pulley and a cable, and on one end I'll like carabine the weight, and the other hand is the handle. But then you know how like the way the pulleys work, right? If you're looking at it from the side, there's a pulley, and then it goes over a little bit, and it goes back down to the weight stack. So your weight stack's not running into you as you're lifting. And so I'm over here doing the lifts, and these kettlebells are like swinging dangerously close to my face. So I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, dude. I'm like watching because like my dog will sometimes come through, and I'm like, oh fuck, if this cable snaps, I'm gonna paralyze the shit out of her. You know, it's bad. Yeah, it's janky sometimes. I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, sometimes I do. I mean, not sometimes. More often than not, I do miss the gym. You know, I wish that there was a way forward there, but yeah.
You know what though, and here's the kicker to that. Like we're talking about like we want the gym, and then there's like, you know, the strongest people in like, I don't know, Nigeria, like lifting cinder blocks with like a barbell, right? And like they're ripped to the bone.
Yeah, they're like,
and we're just here like, we're just like, the barbell touches my face, so I don't like it.
Yeah, man, grass is always greener, right?
Yeah.
Ugh. Hey, speaking of gyms though, I've always seen like on Instagram, like, you know, those Instagram gyms, or like the gyms that are just super decked out with all like the machines, and it's like color coordinated with the logos and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've tried looking for these gyms, and I haven't been able to find any to any degree. Like I know there's like a Barbell Brigade in LA. I know there's the Alpha Elite gym in Texas, but like outside of that, like all the other gyms that you see, like all these influencers doing their thing at, I'd be like, it'd be cool to like join a gym like that where there's a concentrated community. I mean, I know there's debate there where like some gyms there's just a bunch of influencers with their tripods, and they're more about doing the picture than they are about the lifting. Yeah. But like, have you ever tried to go to any of these?
Yeah. Redcon 1 was just like that. Like Redcon 1 was like blue and red color coordinated. They had a protein bar where you can get like a gourmet protein shake.
That's legit.
They had refrigerators with like meals prepped in it that you could buy for like $10.
Oh.
Like Redcon 1 gym is dope. It's in Boca. They even have on Fridays a DJ. Like they have a DJ at the top of the gym, and like every Friday a DJ shows up and like plays while you're training. Like
that's pretty cool.
One of the sickest gyms I've been to. And those gyms are super dope, but the same way that we're talking about it, like I would love to go to one of those gyms, everyone has the same idea. So like, unfortunately, those like super dope gyms get very full all the time. Like
I'm sure.
A lot of the times. But it's dope though, because you get to see a lot of cool people, and a lot of the times, like, more serious lifters also tend to go to those gyms. Like it's kind of tough going to like a Planet Fitness, because like Planet Fitness is not necessarily the vibe of like somebody who's like working out hardcore and like a bodybuilder or powerlifter or whatever. So you go to like a Gold's Gym and like you get a little bit more of that vibe. Right? So those gyms are cool. They're just like particular, like there's certain things about them that like normally don't hit with everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, there's different ways of approaching fitness as well, right? Like you have like the hardcore, like you said, the bodybuilders and the people who are preparing for shows and stuff, where it's like, don't touch me, I'm lifting, don't talk to me. And then there are others where they're more like younger and they want to do, you know, the influencer life where they're lifting, they're doing their thing, but they also want to look good. They want their aesthetics on point, and they want to work at a gym that's aesthetic as well. And then there's those of us who are older and who are just trying to like, you know, temper their fitness and kind of just put in the reps at a budget. And so, you know, they're not worried about whether the plates are rusting or not. They're just like, oh, okay, let me just use it. It works, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, the plates rusting is funny too, because like that's what you see in like the hardcore gyms.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like if you go if you've been to Gold's Gym in Venice.
I have not, but I've seen countless pictures. Like, yeah.
Dude, if you go to that gym, it's like the dopest gym. Yeah. But they'll have like really random things that you probably don't ever see. Like they have 250-pound dumbbells, but it's made out of those like small plates.
Oh, so it's hella long, right?
Dude, yeah, and it's like rusted to shit. It's like this long on each side of the fucking bar. And you're just like seeing like, I don't know, some of these big dudes just throw it around.
That's
and
nuts.
Then just slam it on the ground, and it's like pretty much breaking. At this point, it's like 248.9 pounds rather than 250. Because like pieces of metal have just been wearing off of it for years now.
Yeah,
but those gyms are super dope. Like a lot of those gyms have very, very cool things. I'd recommend everyone checking out at least like one of those gyms just to see the environment, because it is a very different environment when it comes to those gyms.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the last gym you had a membership to?
That would be 24-hour fitness. Yeah, I did the Costco route where like it used to be. What'd you say? You fucking hate it?
I never liked 24-hour. Dude, the 24. I mean, I can imagine. I know 24-hour in LA was expensive. Like when I lived in LA, 24-hour was charging, I think it was $50 a month.
Yeah.
For their membership, like base membership.
Yikes, bro. Well, I did Costco. Costco used to have this deal where you could buy 2 years worth, and it would come out to like $12 a month, and it would be the Super Sport one. So it would be like the higher tier gym for 24.
Yeah.
And so, you know, at that time, I was like, well, you know, fitness is going to be a long-term thing. So I'm going to buy the 2-year voucher and then go redeem that membership. And it basically came out to $12 a month. So that's how I justified it. I wouldn't just walk in and sign a contract. That's nuts.
Yeah, no, dude, that gym was so expensive. And like one of the coolest gyms that I've been to so far was probably that Gold's Gym, the Venice Gold's Gym.
Yeah.
But even they were like, again, like $25 a month, and it's like, I was like, no thanks. But the funny thing is, in Orlando, I had at some point, I must have had at least 5 different gym memberships. Like, I had
Why? Because of videography?
No, dude, because I would just get bored. So I'd be like, today, I'd be like, I'm gonna go work out at Anytime Fitness today. It's quiet. I got legs. Like, I don't want to be bothered. And then other days, I'd be like, I'm gonna go work out at Gold's because like I'm
That's
hyped.
bougie.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I'm over here like, what like muscle group am I gonna work on today? Okay, I'll do legs today. And you're over here like, okay, I want to do legs, but which gym do I want to do it at? Like, should I do it here? Should I do it there? What the fuck?
When I was that hardcore into it, I was like, yeah, I need flexibility. I want to go to every gym.
Yeah, for sure. Alexis says Anytime Fitness can suck it.
That's Lexi. That's my girlfriend.
Hi, Lexi. Good to meet you. That's so funny, dude. It's like keeping her man away from her is what they're doing.
Yeah, it's because Taylor's out of here now, so Lexi has to be the one to.
Oh, for sure.
Control.
Excellent. It's all good. We always got to have one of those in the chat.
Yeah. Redcon 1 is not a club, not a gym. Redcon is pretty much a club. I mean, Redcon 1 was that.
Dude, it's crazy how like fitness is kind of like branched into different types now. Like, have you ever done like Orange Theory Fitness?
I did, and it's whack. I hate it.
It's whack?
Yeah, it's so whack, dude.
Really?
I didn't like. So here's why I didn't like it, for the reason like my personal trainer brain kicked in when I did it. Right, like it's a small. Number one, it's a small studio. You're trying to teach 20 to 25 beginners to like kind of understanding fitness people, and you can't. Like, there's just no way. Like, I remember going to a class and seeing this woman like deadlifting with her back like completely curved and like her legs completely straight. And like I know the trainer saw her. I'm like, bro, there's no way you could see her in a fucking circle. Like you saw her. I know you did. And he didn't go and like correct her form. So like for me, ever since that experience, and I've gone to Orange Theory after that.
Yeah.
Like I just don't think. I think they take on way too many people, and the style of exercises that they do require just that much more tweaking. You know, like you go and give a beginner a kettlebell, and you're like, yeah, go and squat 50 times, and then go ahead and run on this treadmill. Like, that's just asking for injury.
It's hard because like the instructors, they're all about the pace of the class. They have to keep the energy up, they have to motivate, and they for those of you who've never gone, basically it's just this like guided exercise for half an hour, and they've got like a mic on, they have high energy, there's bumping music, it's really loud, it's like a sweat box, and you're just in there like doing circuits of different things, like you're on a treadmill, and then there's a lifting station, and then there's a rowing station. And so you just kind of go back and forth and do the thing, but they don't have time to like come and address your questions anytime you have it. And like what's interesting too is rowing isn't like that easy to do well, because like I know I was screwing it up in the beginning. Like I was trying to row with my arms and stuff, and you got to start with the legs, right? And so not everyone kind of understands that, and so you got a lot of, like you said, like random people who don't know what they're doing, and they're over here just like, I'm doing it, you know, and they're paying $40 a class or whatever it is, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. To this day, I still get a call from Orange Theory in Winter Garden or in Winter Park, like back in Florida. Like, Rikki, we want to see you back for a class. And I'm like,
I bet you do.
I was like, I bet you do, and I'm not going to your class to help you teach your class for you. Like,
you can hire me.
I'm like, That, and then, so for me, it was Orange Theory followed by CrossFit. Like, CrossFit, I actually enjoyed the competitiveness of CrossFit, but it's the same thing as Orange Theory. Like, I dislike the fact that it's group training and it's meant to be fun and like exciting, but you're trying to teach people complex movements while also giving them like 10 other exercises to complete in the window of like 5 minutes, right? Like do an AMRAP in 5 minutes and then run half a mile and then come back and do like 30 push-ups, and you're just like, you didn't show this person how to squat. Like, how do you expect them to accomplish that?
I mean, I know CrossFit, depending on the box you go to, they have like workshops and they have primer classes that they encourage you to do so that you can get up to speed and really kind of learn, like you said, learn the technique before they go into one of those hardcore classes, and you're trying to do all these things for time, and it's Olympic lifts. It's huge, like barbells that you lift, maybe not heavy, but you got to lift it over your head. You got to be able to do, like, I can't do an overhead squat. And like,
it's hard.
I have bad shoulder mobility that I'm stretching and stuff, and my advice, or the advice that they gave me, was you just gotta keep doing it and eventually you'll get there. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
your body's just gonna be like, yeah, sure, do it.
This is where my arms could go. Like, imagine having 135 pounds with the weight out here. Like, I couldn't do that. And so they're like, just keep doing it until you can do it. And I'm like, that's the worst advice I've ever gotten in my life.
And it's tough, man. It's tough to find like a CrossFit box that like genuinely cares. Like I did that for a while. Like for a while I enjoyed the sport because I'm like, man, it's competitive and it like combines everything that I like to do, and there's like stuff that I don't like but I find interesting. And I would go to these workshops, and the workshops are highly like educational. But then you apply it to like a CrossFit workout, and it's so hard to get caught up in the I want to win, like I want to crush this, and like yourself up, because it's just highly complicated move. It's like a clean and jerk. Like a clean, it's not just grabbing weight and doing this. Like you have to go right from your hips and use that momentum and catch it here, and then from here you gotta turn it up. Like it's highly complicated movement, so it's super fun. But I tell people all the time, like, I would consider CrossFit, like, if you're already, like, an experienced lifter.
Like, it's an intermediate thing.
Yeah, if you're looking to change it up, like, try CrossFit, but I have a hard time recommending it to people, like, on their first go. I just don't think it's I think you should go to the gym, learn the basics of weightlifting, and then go do something like CrossFit.
Or have a friend that's in it, and then they can like instruct you from the ground up. Otherwise, you know, without that attention, you're just gonna go in there and try something foolhardy, right?
Yeah, Mike, Bronny, I love front squats. Front squats I actually prefer front squats over back squats.
Yeah.
There's something like really fun about holding like 200 something pounds here and like focusing. I love leg days. Like leg days are my absolute favorite days, just because I love deadlifting. I enjoy squatting. Like it's the one muscle group that I've been really blessed that is like powerful. So I love some front squats and back squats and deadlifting. Like that's my jam. Bench press.
I mean, like front squats are harder just because you gotta be careful not to dump it, you know? So you gotta really watch your core, tighten it up, and then kind of go from there. I've been struggling with leg day, honestly. I like it, but it's like, getting started is the hardest part. I'm like, fuck, it's leg day. But then as soon as I like do my first set, I'm like, okay, I feel good, let's go.
Yeah.
But like
I feel that way with chest sometimes. Like I enjoy training chest, but I know that the bench press has always been my weakest movement. That like sometimes I dread it because I'm like, I know that this weight's not gonna move like as fast as like a squat or a deadlift.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it, but it's one of those, man. Yeah.
I mean, you're good at it. You're good at leg days, so you know what? It's natural to want to keep doing things you're good at. And so to be in that discomfort zone, like out of your wheelhouse, and be like, okay, I need to work on this, but I suck ass at it, and I need to like really shore it up. It's a slog, really.
Yeah. Are you following a routine right now? I don't think we've talked about like. I know we talked about briefly that we were using, or you were using that app that was like building workouts.
Yeah, I stopped. It wasn't really recommending things that I wanted to work on. And I didn't like the rigidity of it. Like you put in a couple parameters. For those of you who don't know, it's like a AI-powered fitness app that I was trying at the beginning. I was talking to Rikki about it. But basically, you punch in a bunch of things like your metrics and then your goals, and then the AI will spit out like a workout routine for you. But it'll hold you to that, and it'll make it so rigid that like you can't exactly really... you can't really follow it well. Like you can follow it, but then if you feel a certain way or want to do something different, it's just, you know, you don't get the completion mark for the day, and then because they try to gamify it, and then when you don't do it, it's like demoralizing, and it's like, okay, well.
Yeah, so they don't give you any room for substitutions or anything.
Yeah, they tell you like, okay, they give you options to tick, like this is the equipment that I have, and then they'll formulate the routine around that. But other than that, like on the fly stuff, not really.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, and then it's a subscription-based model, of course. So, you know, once you throw that into the mix, it's like, well, I mean, I think I have enough experience to like build my own program, or at least look something up, and then off you go.
Yeah, that sucks though, because you're trying to rely on some of those apps for the accountability aspect of it and the knowledge. Like, to have someone create a workout program for you is a blessing, because then you don't have to worry about what you're doing. Like you just go in, follow this, and you're done.
Yeah,
it's annoying to try to gamify, because then it kind of like it puts you in that weird hold where you're like, well, you either do it this way or you don't do shit.
That sounds terrible. Yeah. I get that. But other than that, I've been doing push-pull legs. So, and I've been also mixing in kettlebell stuff, just because kettlebell workouts I've noticed are just a really good option for like an all-body cardio session, but also work on strength and mobility. And my right hip has been giving me a lot of trouble. Like I just have a hard time externally rotating my hip. Yeah, so just the right one, not the left one. The left one's fine, but the right one just sticks like crazy. So I've been doing a lot of stretching and mobility stuff, and that kettlebell circuit really helps.
Yeah, I go through the same thing, dude. People used to make fun of me so much because it looks fun, but I foam roll religiously, dude. Like, make love to this foam roller because I love it. Like, foam rolling and stretching, like, that's like a ritual. I have to do that before every workout.
What does your stretching regimen look like?
Like, I'll foam roll my back, try and crack my back, like, hug and like get underneath the scapulas.
Yeah.
If I'm training legs, like quads, hamstrings.
So you tailor it to the workout you're about to have?
Yeah. Like normally in a perfect world, I would like to just foam roll my whole body and stretch fully. But sometimes, like if I'm in the gym and I just gotta get some work done, I'll go in, foam roll my back, work on my chest. Like sometimes I'll have a massage done, get everything nice and loose, and then just hit it. But
Yeah.
I need to, for a while, like mobility was my biggest issue. Like I couldn't touch the bar to my chest for a long time. My squats were like never 90 degrees, and it wasn't until I started rolling and stretching, doing yoga classes even.
Dude, that's crazy.
Because I have the same issue. Like my hips turn towards the right. So like if I'm squatting, I'll be here and then I'll shift.
Oh,
Come
when
on.
you drive? Okay.
Yeah, because like my left glute and my left quads are weaker than my right. So to compensate, if I'm feeling weak, what my body does is shift it to the right because it knows that I can lift the weight up that way, and it does it with my chest too. Like I'll look at the bar and the bar's like sideways.
Damn. For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
So it
Yeah,
sucks.
it sucks when you start like compensating for your weaknesses instead of like working through them. And it's a bitch to work through them because like ego's very involved, because then you're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, you know, like I could be spending this time lifting the weights that I know how to lift and being strong and stuff. But then a lot of times, a lot of people think like, okay, stretching is not as useful as, you know, clanging and banging iron in the gym, right? But
Yeah, it sounds
what I'm
sexy.
yeah, right. And I'm learning more now that it's really important. Lexi says Quadzilla over here.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm
Like,
sure. I'm sure.
my quads have always been like my pride and joy.
Excellent. Nice. I got like the Asian chicken legs thing going on, so I've been working on them. You know, they're not terrible, but they've always been a point of contention for me.
I mean, everybody has their stronger body parts. I see Pedro in here is asking, have I tried pin presses and floor presses? So yeah, I've tried those before. So I'll give you guys a rundown of what my lifts were before. So at the peak of my powerlifting, I was weighing in at 180 pounds. I had a 515 pound deadlift, a 390 squats, and a 315 bench. Those were like my maximum numbers, and at 180 pounds, that was like phenomenal. Like my first powerlifting meet, I placed third, and it was only because I missed my my bench. So like I know that I have it in me to build my numbers back up. The only thing is, it's just going to be the matter of consistency. Like before, things were working faster because I was doing 6 days a week, like training all the time. As where now I have anywhere between 3 to 4 days of training. So I definitely appreciate I appreciate the time that I have, and I try to get as much done. But you know, I just have to remind myself that it's just not gonna get I'm not gonna get there as fast, and that's okay. And that's totally
Make peace with that, and then like, you know, understand that it's going to be a long-term build. And I feel like you of all people will know, like, you know, it's a slog sometimes, other times it's easy, but as long as you keep putting in the consistency, keep punching that ticket day in and day out, and whatever that may be, maybe one day is a rest day, maybe one day that is a stretch day, and then you just keep one by one going towards those goals. Eventually you'll get there.
Yeah, and it's exciting too, right? Like in a way, it sucks that I'm restarting in a sense, but in another way, it's exciting because then it's almost like I get to relive the excitement of like getting stronger again, right? Like
yeah, and you're armed with so much more knowledge than you did before.
Right, exactly. So in a way, it's awesome. I'm 5'8", gear related. I'm short, so I definitely like. People used to give me shit about that with my deadlifts. Like, well, you're short. I was like, well, I
still got the thing off the floor. Like, say something.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah, that's whack, man. Gear related asks how tall you are, Rikki.
Yeah, 5'8".
All right, for sure. Yeah. You know what's funny? I went to the doctor's office the other day, and my whole entire life I thought I was 5'9", and then she measured me and she said I was 5'8".
Damn. You should have told him, like, you couldn't just like let me have that.
Yeah. No, I said, damn, lost an inch, and like I think she like thought that was a joke. Like she thought that I was like, haha, and so it was just like an awkward like, oh, huh. And then she like kept moving on, but I was really like lamenting the fact that I indeed lost an inch. Like,
call security. She's like, guys, what are you trying to say, sir?
It's something. Nurses are hardcore, man. They don't care. They're like, I'm in here to do my thing and I'm leaving. I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, she's like, sir, don't talk to me, please. Let's just get this done.
Take it up with God. Take it up with God. Like, you lost that in. Just on me. I just run the ruler.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
What a
that's
savage.
awesome,
I'm not
man.
gonna go. I'm not going to the doctor. I don't want her to knock an inch off my height.
So I know that over time, like, you know, your knees or whatever, like, they compress and you tend to like get shorter as you go. But I'm still like a youngish dude. Like, I wasn't expecting it to happen like this soon. What?
Oh shit! Developed
Oh my
like
God.
scoliosis.
Seriously, man. For real.
You're
Stacy
Man,
Bolstered
bro.
Blades, I go live between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Usually it's 7 p.m., but in the last couple of weeks I've been going at 8 just because life happened and stuff like that. So you're on time, you're good. I just started at 7 p.m. local this time.
Year related. Man drove home in silence.
I called my wife on the way home. It's like, hey,
Right?
what happened? Are you okay?
Babe, I'm
Just
still
lost
5'8",
the
right? I'm still 5'8", right?
I'm 5'9" to her.
Oh yeah, 5'9", yeah. I'm still 5'9", right, man?
God,
Dude, I mean, honestly, I don't know about you, but like growing up, man, I was like, please God, just let me be 6 foot flat. Like even if you just cut me at 6 foot, man, I really wanted to be 6 foot.
You spend your whole adolescence like jumping, trying to
Yeah,
get there.
yeah. Hang,
Come
Dude, I
on.
remember they were like, yeah, you like Mike Jordan did. Like, he used to just hang from a thing, and like that's how he got tall. And I'm like, it ain't happening for me, bro. It ain't,
You're trying to reach the bar. Can't even get up there.
it ain't happening for me. I gotta just come to terms.
Oh
This is
my
not gonna
God.
work.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I mean, we are coming up to like week 4 on the Purpose Fit Challenge. So what are your goals and where's your mindset at going into like the back half leading up to Blade Show?
Dude, I'm feeling good. You know, I'm down. I haven't weighed myself because I've been at Taylor's
Yeah.
the last couple of days, but I was at 191,
Nice.
which is awesome. That's like down 3.5 pounds, I believe. This is now the 3rd consistent week in the gym, so that's also
Hey,
feeling
let's go.
right there.
Yeah.
Most consistency I've had in like God knows how long, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm stoked, man. Like I was telling Taylor when I got here, I'm like, I really want to kick it into gear like the next like couple weeks because I want to show up at Blade Show and just like feel good. Like I want to feel good and like I want to mark this as like the thing that got me back on track after God like 3 years, you know, of digging around. So I feel good, man. I'm excited for it and I'm glad like we actually made this happen too. Because like
Wow, like just like talking about it, we're just like, today was a crap week.
We
like,
facilitate, man. We get things going.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah,
stoked,
I feel good.
and I'm glad to hear your progress, man. And I have a similar goal, you know. I want Blade Show West to kind of be that like that end goal where we show up and we're like, man, we're killing it, you know.
Yep. And hopefully we actually get a workout session in. Like
We planned this for 2
Can we?
shows.
Can we? Let's just hit up. We gotta hit up Salt Lake, and we gotta just find a gym. And
We'll
I'll pay the
rent
day
it.
pass, whatever. Let's just go
Yeah.
in and get a good session. That'd be
Yeah.
sick.
I can't imagine that a drop in would be more than $5 or $10.
I can't.
And we get there Thursday. Well, it is the West Coast, so I believe it.
Oh,
I did.
dude,
I paid
drop-ins here are like
20
$25, bro.
Dude, I paid $25 at the Gold's Gym in Hollywood
Yeah.
to go get a workout in for a day for like 2 hours. I paid
Yeah.
$25.
Yeah, and a membership is $50. So it's like
Yeah.
it kind
You
of
know what
puts
they
it in
told me?
perspective there.
They were like, why don't you just get a membership and work out for the whole week that you're here in LA and then just cancel it? And I'm like, you don't know why? Because I'm gonna forget. And then I'm gonna get charged another $50 when I get home. I was
Yep.
like, you guys think you're slick. I'm like,
Yep.
"Dude, that may work on every other idiot. Not me,
And they
though."
didn't tell you about the initiation fee.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, bro. But yeah, maybe we'll make it happen. We'll find the gym. I mean, luckily the bright side to this one is that it's slower, it's calmer, so and we're getting there a day early. I don't think any of us have been a day early with this much time in between. Because I think for Blade Show Texas, I got there I think in the morning, but you guys didn't get there till later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool that we're syncing our schedules this time, so we all have the time to like, kind of be flexible and figure out, okay, are we doing this now? Are we doing this later? What's on the docket that day? I think it'll be a good time, for sure.
Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll try and see. I know we were talking. I remember seeing a comment in here that is there going to be some sort of meetup thing at Blade West? Maybe we can. Maybe if people want to come work out.
Ooh, that would be sick. That would be a great way to round out the Purpose Fit Challenge.
Yeah, right. Like if you guys are coming to West, like shoot us a DM, or maybe we'll throw it up in the Discord, and like maybe find the gym and we'll go get a workout in for like an hour or so.
Yeah, that'd be
Might be fun.
Yeah,
Putting it out there to see if anybody thinks. I don't think Bronny's not coming to West, is he?
I don't think so. Mikey, are you going to West? Bronny? I know Mikey Daly Carey's going to West.
Yes. Yeah, no, I saw that story today. I was like, yeah, I forgot.
He's
Honestly,
going.
at this point, I keep mixing up like who's coming and who's not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So High Tide is going.
Right.
Mikey Daly Carey is going.
I thought that OB was talking with Bronny to figure something out.
Oh.
For him to come. I thought. I'm not sure though. Like,
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to figure it out. We gotta get like a final roster, because then we're probably gonna run into each other on the show floor at the very least. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, I figured it'd be cool though. It's a good idea to round up the fitness challenge, getting a lot of workout. So that would be sweet. I don't know if there's any questions or stuff that we missed in here too.
I'm sure there are, but it's all G. We'll go through it when we go through it. But speaking of traveling, though, I'm traveling out of town tomorrow, and I'm gonna be out of town until the 25th. And so I'm like, luckily I'm at in-laws' house, so I'm like trying to figure out like how I'm gonna maintain the fitness consistency away. So when you're traveling, I know you said it was really chaotic when you were kind of traveling from here to there to Boca and all that stuff. How do you kind of manage being consistent with fitness and nutrition while you're not kind of at home with everything around you, your typical resources? What do you do?
Yeah, I prioritize. I focus on what I can control. Like if I'm traveling and I can control my schedule enough to go to the gym, then that'll take priority. I'll make sure I'll hit the gym as many times as I can. If there's no gym near me, then I prioritize what I eat. So like I'll make sure the macros are spot on. I'll probably accommodate by dropping some macros. So like if I'm roughly eating 2,500 calories, I'd maybe go as aggressive as 1,500 if I'm not working at all and I'm staying stationary for a long time.
Yeah.
I normally try to prioritize what I can. Like when I go home to hang out with Lexi's family in Massachusetts, normally I have the availability to go to the gym. And then sometimes, since we're with family and it's the holidays, like the food is kind of skewed. Like sometimes we'll have a really delicious dinner, and like I don't want to not partake in that.
Right.
So make sure that I hit every single workout, and then if I just try and like enjoy myself, but not overeat as well.
Yeah.
So that's been like my biggest thing with traveling. It's like just remember that you can only control what you can control, and like if things go sideways, then like don't be too hard on yourself. Right?
Yeah. Embrace it and start again when.
To a car and like to drive to the gym.
What's that?
Are you gonna have access to a car to drive to the gym?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's funny you mentioned the Gold's Gym thing when they were like sign up for the month or whatever, because like I saw a promotion last time I was down there. It was like 7 days for free. And then, like, I'm sure there's a membership tied to that. And it's, like, right down the street. And so I was like, man, if I'm going to be here for, like, a week and a half or 2 weeks, like, that might make sense.
Yeah.
If I can go there. But then at the same time, like, there's a time commitment for going every day or every other day to make it worthwhile. And then I'm not down there to work out. I'm down there to spend time with family and friends. And that's kind of where you touched on it earlier when you're talking about balance. And like, nobody wants to talk to shredded Rikki because he's only got one goal in mind and he's going to run over anyone else who gets in his way.
Yep. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, and you could also moderate the style of workout, right? Like you could also technically go on a longer walk, go on a quick jog. Like that's another thing too. Like for Blade West, for example, would I love to go get a workout in? For sure. Is it maybe one of those things that doesn't happen? Maybe. And if that's the case, then like when we go out to eat, I'll just try and be a little bit more conscious. we're going to be walking for 2 days, pretty much like
All
the
day.
beginning of Glacier to the end of Glacier. That'll be 10,000, 15,000
Yeah.
steps, or so it's like you kind of accommodate with what you can and what you got. So I normally just decide like what to focus on, and it makes life a little easier.
Yep. I think I'm gonna just bring like a jump rope with me, and maybe like a set of like one set of kettlebells, and so that way I can do my cardio in place. I can just go in the backyard and do my cardio, and then I can do all the farmers carries I want, all this like all the flows where I'm standing in one place, and it doesn't take a lot of time. I can just up the frequency, up the reps, lower the rest times, and just get the heart pumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be. I'm curious to hear your thoughts of like how that goes too, because I've noticed that it's funny when you're focused on like a fitness challenge, for example, like trying to change yourself physically, and it's when you got to like parents and like other people, right? Because like they don't get it. I remember my mom and dad when I first started bodybuilding and like counting macros. My mom and dad were like, "This is dumb. Like, you should be eating with us. You should be eating what we make for you, like, et cetera, et cetera." And it wasn't until 2 years after I've been competing that I figured out my mom was working with my personal trainer too, like she through email, like she had signed up, and she had never told me. And I'm like,
what?
Until she posted her like before and after. She posted them on Instagram.
Wow.
And I was like, what? So
That's
like
my mom.
Yeah, I was like, dude, for the last, it's been probably maybe 8 years now. My mom like knows all about her macros. She knows how to go to the gym and work out. Like, it's beautiful. It's awesome.
That's amazing.
And my dad
Did you motivate her to do that, or like watching you do it?
Yeah, watching me do it, she was just like, you know what, I want to do it. I want to make a change. Like my mom and I used to do like P90X and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, P90X. Everyone did that.
Yeah, when I was first getting into fitness.
Yeah.
So it was cool, like seeing her mindset from like that silly, like why are you counting your macros? Like have a damn slice of cake if you wanted to I know what a macro is, and I know how much I should be eating in a day.
That's
so it'll
amazing.
be hear your family's thoughts on like seeing you work out and trying to
It's funny. It's funny because like the common goal is health and fitness, but depending on where we are at our stage in our lives, as well as what we have around us as context, that can be two very different paths, right? Like for me, I was all about the bodybuilding life in college, and I was trying to lift heavy and stuff. And back then, I think like we had like a family 24 membership, and so I would go with my dad sometimes, and he'd be like, "Okay, what are you about to go do?" And I was like, "I'm gonna go over there," and I point to like the dark and dank like weight room where everyone's in there just like picking up shit, and there's powder strewn everywhere. I was like, "What are you doing over there? Use these machines. They're a lot like safer and whatever." And I tell him like, "No, only like the truest bodybuilders use free weights." He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Yeah. So no, I mean, but like I know that my parents they do focus on good health, and so they don't go and work out a lot at the gym, but they do a lot of like walking, stretching, and they eat so well. Like their idea of a good meal is like brown rice, steamed veggies, and meat like once a week. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
So they eat really clean, and it works for them. They're also, they're smaller, they're leaner, and that's just, that's just what works for them. And so, so whenever they see me doing whatever I'm doing, they're just like, all right, if it works for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear that though, because that's like one of the toughest mental hurdles, right? Like you're trying to make a change, and it's such an interesting change that sometimes family members just won't understand it. Like again, my parents didn't get it until my dad saw me compete for the very first time, and ever since that, he never missed a competition unless I was out of state.
Yeah, that's powerful.
It's a hard thing. Yeah, it's a hard thing to explain to certain people. In the level of like the nitty gritty stuff, right? Like what is a macro? Like why are you paying attention to how many carbs you eat? Why can't you do this? Like do you have to go to the gym today? Kind of thing. Like it's tough with certain family members that just like don't get it because it's something so harder to understand.
especially when it starts spilling into other aspects of your life. You know, it's not just you in a vacuum working out and eating by yourself. You know, there's family dinners and family functions and meals, and you know, you definitely prioritize that differently when you're prepping for a competition than in regular life, right? And so they don't see how that's so important, but you do. So explaining that to them, it's like a different language sometimes.
Yep. I remember it got to the point with my mom where normally after we eat, we like to have something sweet, like whatever it is, whether it's a cookie, a slice of cake, or whatever. With my mom, it got to the point where she would be excited because she's like, look, I found this like low-calorie ice cream, and like, here are the macros, like you can have like a whole pint and you'll be okay. And I'm like,
that's so
this
cute.
Is awesome. Yeah, I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is what it's come to. And like, you're not paying attention to your macros. I'm like, what you're buying? I'm like, this is adorable. I love it.
That's so cute, man. I have no business explaining to my mom what a macro is. She'd just be, nah, eat this. I made this. Eat this. You know? Are you? She's like one of those moms that like as soon as you walk through the door, the first thing she says is, "Are you hungry? You look like you haven't eaten. Let me get this started for you." Yeah, so I'm not. She's gonna be like, man, screw your macros. Eat this that I'm putting on your table right now.
Here's some tater tots and a corn dog.
To get there. Topped with a pickled egg. Yes. Absolutely, brother.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god. Anything else you want to say to all the other Purpose Fit participants and just people in general who want to get a better handle on their health and fitness leading into Blade Show?
Yeah, man, just do your research. Like, make sure you look everything up. Don't believe everything that you read right away. Like, definitely check your sources and like triple and quadruple check like what you're paying attention to when it comes to fitness stuff, because there's just way too much, right? Like, social media has taken a hold of fitness, and like everyone thinks that their opinion is correct.
Yeah.
So do your research and just map out a goal. Like, it doesn't have to be something extreme. Like, you don't have to lose 30 pounds in like 2 months or 3 months. Like, it can be something as simple as, I'm gonna go to the gym for 2 days straight, you know, and build up from there. Like, fitness is a what's that saying? It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it simple, right? Like, fitness is hard to, it's complex because there's so many things you have to juggle, like your workouts, your meals, your sleep. Nobody talks about sleep, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
Which is like hard. Like, I don't know about you, but I have a hard time like falling asleep at times. Like,
do you?
It's like man. Your brain, dude. For me, it's like my brain doesn't. I'm already thinking of like what I want to film and like work on the next day.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I get to bed and I'm just like, oh man, okay, I gotta film this tomorrow, and I gotta work on that project, and I gotta do this, and maybe I should like film it this way. Yeah, it's tough, dude.
All the while, your body's like withering away because you're not getting any rest.
It's like 3 a.m. and I'm just like, shit, I gotta make sure I get that beer.
Pickled eggs. For sure. Yeah, keep it simple. Pick a goal. Start moving towards it. Do your research and just move steadily, right?
100%.
Awesome.
And if you need a protein pick me up, make sure you pick up Hannah's pickled eggs at Costco. Make sure to use coupon code CARRYON for 10% off.
The link is an affiliate link, which means that if you want to make a purchase through this link, I may make a small commission.
Let's see. Ian, drop the link in the chat, Ian.
The mod of all mods, drop the link in the chat, please, for our good people.
Yeah, come on. Put the link in there. Actually, so here's a fun thing that we're planning. We're going to Tennessee to film with Big Idea Design up there.
Mm-hmm.
We were chatting in this group chat, like trying to figure out like, all right, what kind of content do we want to make? And I'm just like, all right, here's an idea. I'm like, what if we bring a jar of pickled eggs and everyone in the warehouse has to taste one? And like, we'll just film it. Pocket checks, tasting pickled eggs for the first time.
And if you pull out the wrong knife, you have to eat 2.
Yeah. If you got nothing, if you don't have a Big Guy Design knife, you're eating 2.
Ooh.
And drinking the juice.
Oh! Yikes, spicy. Dude, I feel like you have to get an affiliate link at that point. You're going to be selling them by the gallon, dude. Be real.
Rikki and Taylor's fats must be intense with the amount of pickled eggs they eat. I mean, honestly, These are 4 grams of fat, and we have roughly like 2 or 3.
What's the serving size though? Like one?
1 egg, yeah.
Oh, okay.
1 egg. Let me see. 1 egg is 4 grams of fat, no less than 1 gram of carbs, and 7 grams of protein. I mean, it's like a regular egg.
Yeah.
All it is just pickled.
Yeah.
I love eating eggs.
That extra zing at the end. Or during. Dude, do y'all hear about this this triangle where like for diet it's like it's advisable to eat protein with fat or carbs with protein, but it's not advisable to eat carbs with fats.
Yeah, we were just talking about this like a day ago.
Yeah.
We were just
like
talking about
you can have any combination of the two, just not the worst two.
Carbs and
like
fat.
carbs and fats together, it's basically like sweets and sugar.
Well, it's funny we were talking about on your last live stream talking about donuts. Donuts are literally carbs and fat.
Yeah.
Like
CDC in the house. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we should. I'm so sorry, boys, but we should not be consuming donuts. Like,
Yeah.
we just shouldn't.
It's bad. It's literally like lighting yourself on fire, man. It's bad.
So eggs it is, man. Eggs is the perfect balance.
Yeah,
Get a little
pickled eggs.
fat, protein. Legit though, like I'm a breakfast. Like I could legit eat breakfast every single meal.
Isn't it interesting that there's so many different types of people out there that like I know people who don't touch breakfast with a stick. Like their first meal is a late lunch and they'll eat like a king, but they won't do breakfast.
Legit, Taylor doesn't eat breakfast. Like this man goes straight to lunch, and I'm like,
Oh
how do you-
yeah, that he was one of them. That's crazy.
Yeah.
If anything, I eat a big breakfast. I'll have like eggs, bacon, some oatmeal, and it's all together. And I'll knock out half my macros in the first meal.
Yeah, no kidding. I normally do a big breakfast, and then sometimes I'll like drag lunch out to the point where it's like dinner.
For sure.
It's not, anyways, but I try and knock out a lot of calories in the morning personally.
Yeah, for sure. Just because, like, I hate the feeling of having a bunch of carbs to eat in the evening because I'm like, crap, I have to stuff my face to meet it. And I try and get that out of the way as fast as I can because who wants to, like, stuff yourself at 11 p.m. and then sleep on that? It's like, ugh, no good.
Unless you put yourself in a food coma.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll save that for another time.
Next live stream is just us eating donuts.
Seriously, I know, just donuts on donuts on donuts. Anyway, Rikki, thank you so much for coming through and talking to us about your fitness journey and a little bit about what you do and what's important to you. And we look forward to seeing you at Blade West, dude. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah,
It was a blast. It was a
Of
fun
course.
time.
All right, we'll catch you soon, brother. We have a call tomorrow morning, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right,
All right,
see you
bro.
then.
See
All
you
right.
there. Bye,
Peace.
bro.
Well, that was fun, guys. That was fun. Sorry I neglected the chat. It was like full-on interview mode, so it was kind of tough to like really read everything. But I'm gonna go through the chat really quickly before we end it tonight. But oh my gosh, so random. I know everyone's doing all sorts of different things. But here, I'll start from the most recent. Jason Cable says, "Yo, what's up? Doing homework right now, but hanging for a bit." Yeah, man, you missed well, good luck on your homework, first of all. But yeah, you missed an interview with Rikki. Rikki and I, we like put on this Purpose Fit challenge for our community, and it's going pretty well. I think everyone's having a good time and kind of walking towards their goals little by little. So it's a good time. Ian says, "Rocky always showed me such kindness and love, even putting an FSD in my hand." That's awesome. I'm glad you guys have such an amazing friendship. Chef Rocky C says, "Hey, what's up, man? It's cool. Ian is one of the only people I've hung out with. That's cool. Dude, hanging out with some of y'all at Blade Show Atlanta was nuts. And I think I saw earlier in the chat that Ian is a monster. He is a monster. He's very tall. Ian is a very tall person. Like, I don't think I was expecting it. And Bruce, Blade Brigade EDC, is also a very tall person. And like, I think it's the way he set up his camera, but it doesn't look like it. He doesn't look like a massively tall person, but he is. What's up? Oh, Platinum, welcome to the Initiate tier. What's up, Matthew? Good to see you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. You didn't have to do that, and I appreciate you, man. It's thanks to you that we're able to do what we do here on the channel. But I hope y'all enjoy that interview. That was a lot of fun. Ray says, "Okay, who do you think puts down more eggs, Rikki or Taylor?" Absolutely Taylor. It's his idea, I think. I think Rikki was like, a normal person before he met Taylor, and then after he met Taylor, he's just walking around with a jug of pickled eggs all the time. And that transformation was quick. Like, he's only been working with him for like a month or two, maybe not even that. Yeah, a month or two. And he's literally tucking him into bed with a full jar of pickled eggs. He's gonna wake up and that jar is gonna be half empty, eating it in his sleep. Ian, you and Steve are the best, says Mikey Daily Carey. Yeah, it's a lovely thing, isn't it? It's a lovely thing, isn't it? Chris Valadez, member for 5 months, says, Ron, you demand another month in the bag. Dude, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Chris, I met this man at House of Blades. I mean, of course I met him at House of Blades, but it was for Blade Show Texas. And we had chatted. I was just an affiliate with them at the time. And then when we finally showed up at the cabin, it was awesome. It was a good time. We vibed instantly. And Chris is a good dude. He's definitely going to take care of you. House of Blades. Use code PURPOSE or just tell him your boy Ron sent you. And he's going to take good care of you with whatever cutlery you're looking to get. Ian says he's a tall king. You are, sir. You are a tall king. Absolutely. High Tide EDC Brandon is also a member for 5 months. 5 months, that means a 6-month celebration in person at West. That's right. That's right. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at West. Just because, like, I mean, I saw you guys at Blade Atlanta, but I don't think at that time we were quite as close as we are now, kind of thing. Just because as time goes on, as we do more of these live streams, it's just, you know, it's just deeper and deeper we go. And by the time, I don't know, Blade Show Texas 2024 rolls around, we're just gonna be like thick as thieves, you know what I mean? Stacy says, hey there, y'all. I've been here just cooking before my boyfriend gets home. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What are you making? What's on the menu? Rikki says, Ron, ship that dang Nkosi. I know, man. I know you guys all have access to the label and can see that it hasn't been shipped yet. I'll do it first thing tomorrow, I promise. Before I head out of town, I'll make sure I throw it in the mail. Sorry, I've been lagging. I've been editing a lot. I've been focusing on long form. We have, for you members out there, you've already seen that I've uploaded. I did it. I uploaded a video, and I won't spoil the surprise for all you non-members who are watching, but Saturday it's gonna drop. It's gonna be a good time, and I already have another one slated for next week. Look at me front loading and being responsible. Ian says Taylor welcomes me like others haven't before. There you go. You know, it's all love. It's gotta be all love. Rikki says, best damn Rikki gets you 10% off at Sam's Club for pickled eggs. I'm gonna go to Sam's Club and I'm gonna be like, hey, I want these pickled eggs. Do you guys have the hookup? And if you're wrong, if I don't get that 10% off, I'm coming after you, Rikki. I know where you'll be sleeping at Blade Show West. Oh man, Chris, oh by the way, I think I saw in the comments on Instagram it was about the Civivi Ultim drop, and you said that you intentionally stocked the Civivi Ultim drop just for me. I'm honored, man. Thank you. And I think Civivi just dropped like actual pictures of the thing, and it looks good, guys. Look at this, the mini Praxis. Okay, the question here now is, would you do the satin or would you do the PVD? I think I would do the PVD. Like, yes, I definitely will do the PVD. And it's hard because the satin background makes it so that the Ultim shines a little bit. But I don't know, I just like the Ultim on the black. And I don't know, I was thinking to myself, like, would I get the Elementum 2 or would I get the Mini Praxis? And I think I shifted from the Elementum 2 to the Mini Praxis. So Chris, I hope you're stocking the Mini Praxis as well. But now I'm like, I gotta get both. Because the Elementum button lock is so smooth, it's so fidgety. So I might just rock the both of them. Baus, member for 6 months, says 6 months calls for a celebration. Hell yeah, man. Cheers to you. Thank you for supporting me. I've known Baus for a very long time, since my childhood days. So thank you for supporting me here on the channel and just in life. Love you, brother. Take it easy, man. Thank you for coming through. Ian says, Taylor responds to my chat doesn't take an hour like on other streams. I mean, it just depends. Every streamer has different styles of how they handle the chat. I knew I walked into live streams with the intention of like having specific topics, and yes, I would interact with the chat, but then I would make sure I hit my topics with the intention of making sure I stay entertaining and I stay informative, and I offer a program to you guys to ingest and to view. But then I noticed really quickly that the live stream chats pop off. You know what I mean? You guys make it easy for me because you guys are just hammering out the chats, throwing up the exclusive emotes that you can use because you're a member. Throw them up, please. Throw them up, please. But because you guys do that and you make it so easy for me to just carry an ad-libbed conversation just off the cuff like that, I don't have to show up to these live streams with much of anything. I just come in and say, what's up, guys? What are you guys doing? And then we just go on from there. You know what I mean? Jay says, what up, y'all? What's up, Jay? Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming through. Rikki says he prefers the satin blade. That's fair. Honestly, like, I think I would always just be like the blackout with the Ultim, but the satin is growing on me, man. It's tough. It's tough. Pretty soon, I'll be looking at the Tactile Knife Co. Baron Ultim and being like, yep, that's great. Ian says, wait, holy F, Warnie baby banter, I'm back in on Ben banters. Yeah. I saw that Warnie baby banter too, and I was like, oof. And I think that left one, the left one has some interesting scales on there too. It doesn't look like the flat G10 scales that are usually on the baby banter. It might be different. But Oreo Dave is in the house. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a long minute. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Ray's rocking the G-Shock Casio tonight. You giving up on the Apple Watch? Oh, me? No, I'm not giving up on it. I think I'm just switching it out. You know what I mean? See this band here? It's super dirty, and I've been meaning to swap it out. So I'm actually like, I put it in order for a new clasp, fidlock, of course, and I think it's a good look. I'll show you. But it's a fidlock clasp, and then I'm choosing like what paracord, and then I'm gonna run a new like custom strap on it, and then film it and put it up, so you guys can learn how to do it too. Because I know a lot of y'all like asked about this when you first saw it. You're like, how did you do that? Where can I get that strap? And the answer is I made it. I just got the adapter, the fidlock buckle, and then it's magnetic. So this whole thing, is it gonna do it? It just magnetizes shut. So I don't have to worry about clips or anything like that, or buckles. So I just throw it on there. And then what's cool too is that the Apple Watch has adapters as well that I can make an Apple Watch band custom. So I'll probably do it on this and then do it on the Apple Watch and then cycle back in. That's what I'll do. Chris says, Ian, I don't handle the Flytanium account, but I'll check tomorrow and hit you up with what I find out. Did you request a Flytanium inventory check? The Mini Praxis is one of the knives I like to suggest to knife noobs, says High Tide BDC. Absolutely. I think Brandon EDM talks about the Praxis very highly as well, so I'm in it. Chris said he had a talk with Ben today. Ooh, interesting. What'd y'all talk about? Cheese-may? Some rumors in the rumor mill? Well, you let me know. You let me know after. Text me. Ian says Ron knows who I'm talking about. Do I? I don't know. I know Ben Peterson. Jason Cable says, is there an Ultim Ben Peterson knife yet? If so, he's got to get on. If not, he's got to get on it. I think there were Ultim scales that were made for the Lander, and I think it was a limited run. So technically, yes. Technically, yes. High Tide ED says Ultimentum. Yes. How about Ulta Praxis? Praxum. I'm trying. You Pimpy says, can we have a peek, pretty please? Can we have a peek, Chris? Ian says he asked about the arcade. Oh, for sure. The Shark Lock by Demco Knives. That'll be fun. Look at me quoting things. I know things now. I'm learning. I'm trying to get my hands on an arcade as well. So hopefully I'll be able to show it off on the channel and show you guys the features real soon. Ian says Ron knows about cheese may. Get out of here with that, Ian. That's a taboo topic now, man. We don't got room for negativity anymore, okay? We're gonna stick to positivity here. But anyway, guys, we've been going for an hour and a half. It's getting late. I gotta get ready for tomorrow because I'm getting out of town, doing some things. So I gotta wrap things up. So thank you guys so much for watching this stream. I hope you had a great time. Captain Rikki is abundant resources on fitness and health, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two about said topic through our chat. I mean, again, we're not professionals, but you know, we're just trying to get healthier, trying to get more fit, and swole as hell and big as a house and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions for me or have any ideas on how to improve the live stream, any future video ideas, let me know. Throw it in the comments of the replay crew here on this video, or just DM me. You know where to find me. Instagram at Live with Purpose EDC. Mikey Daily Carry, member for 4 months, says ain't got no gym membership, but this gotta be the best membership I've held for 4 months. Ron, can't wait till we link at West. Hell yeah, walk a pow, baby. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. Ian says, wait, Mikey membership. Ron, wait, what do you mean? Yeah, I saw it, dude. Thank you, Ian. See, Ian always putting up the good fight. But everybody's saying what's up, so everybody's saying later, actually. So thank you so much. Live with purpose, and I will see you guys next week. There won't be a live stream because I'm gonna be out of town, but I'll be ever present on the socials, pushing out content. So if you want to contact me, leave a comment, hit that like button, subscribe, and have notification bells on so you don't miss out on a thing. Is that cool with you? Because that's cool with me. All right, man. Take care. Have a good night. See you next time.